with a Lieutenant Governor Sheila Oliver, okay, you're already behind the 8 ball, okay, and I can't see Jack winning in November as a result of where we sit now with no Lieutenant Governor on his team, with no confirmation that Hirsch endorsed Ciattarelli, that Phil Rizzo endorsed Ciattarelli, in all of those camps coming together. I can't see that happening in the next several months. And you brought up some other great salient points on why the Republican Party is going to still be divided because of egos and for their own personal gains. Whether it's Rizzo, who wants to run for governor in 2024 or 2026, okay, whether it's Christie that wants to run for president, it appears that they all have their own individual motives, and as a result, like I said, I can't see a Kumbaya moment in sight for us winning in this November.
Well, you know, the short answer on what's going to revive and restore the Republican Party in the state of New Jersey is it's a short answer, but it's a tough role to fill. We need new young faces that are selfless and committed to the party. That's easy. It's an easy fix. It's hard to fill that shoe, but that's what needs to happen. You know, the old dogs, the old dinosaurs need to recruit some young people in there. You know, look, I think there's a number of great young faces that I see. Got to know Darius Mayfield on the campaign trail during the primary. I think he's a great young African-American gentleman. He's knowledgeable. He's articulate. He's good-looking. And he's got the right message. He's going to be going up against Bonnie Watson Coleman in a tough, solid Democrat district. That's the other half of Mercer County from where I live, and I'm certainly going to do whatever I can to support guys like him. We need more people like him.
Also, there's another gentleman who's running again, Billy Prempa, running for Congress out of the 9th District, veteran, young guy, outspoken, and even the Passaic County Republican Party is trying to convince him again not to run so they can keep incumbent Democrat in place, Bill Pasquarello. You know, and one of the biggest challenges, and even, you know, I've been a part of the Republican Party as a kid. I was a part of the Passaic County Young Republicans Club, talking about the earlier days of development. You know, I like you said, I don't see that really coming to fruition anymore. But these county chairs are in bed with other Democrats, and that also hurts our chances of getting involved and breaking ground in these urban cities. You know, we could talk about Passaic County, Hudson County, all these counties.
Mercer
these
County.
Mercer, right. All of these chairs are in bed with Democrats, and they don't make any bones about it. They share power, they share contracts, but the people end up suffering. Okay? Yeah, the Republicans, you stay in the suburbs. Democrats, you stay in the inner cities, and we'll share contracts, we'll share power. And if you need a favor from the Democrats, go ahead.
But you see what's going on here, Chauncey, now is that the Democrat blueprint, you know, the old Mount Laurel decision in New Jersey to make low-income housing into the suburbs, you're absolutely right. You know, the suburbs and the rural districts used to lean Republican, and the inner cities were Democrat, and everybody was satisfied with the status quo. Well, now the Republicans are getting beaten up because of the affordable housing and the initiatives. The people in the cities are moving out into the suburbs, and now they're losing the suburbs. Look, Mercer County, we have a board of 7 commissioners, what were formerly the freeholders. 7 commissioners, all Democrat county executive. I know every county doesn't have a county executive. County executive in Mercer, who's up next year, already been shown for years that he's at least in failing health and reduced capacity, he's been questioned whether he's even fit for duty. He's going to be running next year. We're going to see who's going to run against him. This year, there's 3 Democrats up on the freeholder board. There was some infighting in the Democrat Party, and one of the incumbent freeholders commissioners was ousted at the convention for a new, quote, inner city candidate. I happen to be helping with a campaign with 3 Republicans who are running here in Mercer County, and we really think we have a good chance of making an inroad to get at least 2 of those seats flipped over to Republicans, and that'll be the start. We have a good message, just as you said. The people have suffered in Mercer County and Trenton because of the Democrat rule, and there's no transparency. I'll give you a little fact. There have been a total of about 800 issues voted on by the old Democrat freeholder board, commissioner board, since these people have been seated. That's 7 times 800. So that's about, 5,600 votes cast between the 7 of them? There's not been one nay vote. How is that possible? They're marching to the same beat, and there's no transparency. So that stuff has to change.
Yeah, because all lockstep, all the deals are made, contracts, jobs, funding, whatever they're going to do is all made prior to that meeting. And like you just said, if there's no nay vote, they're all lockstep because all that's decided before the meetings, and it's no balance for the people. Okay,
right.
And we see that. Listen, we see, and it's clear, anybody that has eyes, okay, you could go in any of these Democratic cities and they're decimated. Crime, garbage, homelessness, drugs. I can't understand how the Democrats continue to get elected when their cities are getting worse.
Well, you know what? Part of it is because the Republicans aren't unified, and the Republicans don't come out and vote. You know what? There's let me see if I got these numbers right. There's 62,000 registered Republicans in Mercer County, registered Republicans. 7,800 came out and voted in the gubernatorial primary. It's embarrassing.
Well, that shows you that the people are losing faith. Well, we know that in the Republican Party. We saw that change with Donald Trump, and we saw a strike division between the rhinos, between the establishment Republicans, and between really the patriot Republicans, or the people that are really about freedom, liberty, and about serving the people.
I said something about 5 months ago at the beginning of the primary campaign in the Republican Party, and it got picked up a couple places, and I got quoted on it. And it was that Donald Trump has gotten the rhinos out into the open, and it's now the rank-and-file conservative Republicans' responsibility to take them down. We know who they are.
Yeah, and we know that they're doing a disservice not only to the Republican Party, but to the people that they're serving. And if there's going to be any hope with the Republican Party, you're going to have to start engaging, as you said, in recruiting young people. You're going to have to start going into these inner cities. But like I said, as long as they have broker deals, Republican chairs, and Democratic chairs, it's not going to happen. I mean, I've even ran for state election, and I was told, stay out of Patterson. And my colleagues, stay out of Patterson. Why? Why should we stay out of Patterson? Okay, so that means that the Democrats and Republicans behind closed doors, okay, are letting the Democrats ruin these cities. So I blame Republicans too for these cities failing. Republican Party not only has the history behind them, but also has national policies behind them that are for all Americans, including minorities. And I don't know why they don't tap into the rich history of our party and all of these national policies that have been implementing for the benefit of all people to get more people engaged in the Republican Party. You know, it baffles me.
It's interesting that you mentioned Patterson. I was reading a national survey just last week. Top 50 worst cities in the country. In the top 50, Plainfield, Patterson, Trenton, and Camden. What do they all have in common?
Yeah. Democratic leadership.
Trenton's the only state capital in the Union that doesn't have a hotel, among other things.
Trenton doesn't have a hotel anymore?
No. Trenton hasn't had a hotel in about 6 years. They went about 20 years without having a hotel. Then there was a deal made to bring one there, and then it collapsed.
Wow. Yeah, because I stayed at that one hotel down the street from the State House. Wow.
Yeah, well, it was there. It was there for a few years. It changed hands like 4 times, and it just was unsustainable. Well, you know, hey, one of the funniest things that I found when that hotel was in Trenton. So Trenton had a Yankee affiliated AA baseball team, the Trenton Thunder, and when their players were in town, they didn't even stay in the hotel in Trenton. They stayed across the river in Pennsylvania. Somehow the Trenton elected officials couldn't get their own baseball team to stay in Trenton.
You know, Dave, unfortunately, we're out of time. I want to say thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to come on the show and shed light on the current state of the Republican Party in New Jersey politics today. I hope that we could link up and give the people of New Jersey a more of an in-depth conversation on some issues. I hope that you will consider coming back on again where we could talk about these very important issues of the people's business. Thank you so much for coming on.
Chauncey, thanks for having me on. It's always a pleasure to speak to you. And you just let me know. I'll make myself available for you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for always speaking truth to power. You are a truth seeker and a truth speaker. We need more men like you in New Jersey. And I'm proud and honored not only to call you my friend, but I will support you for any candidacy that you decide to run for. God bless you and your family, and keep fighting, and try to stay out of Facebook jail too, okay?
See ya.
All right, take care, Dave. Thanks a lot. All right, bye-bye. Everyone, thank you for tuning in today. This is New Jersey Conservative Talk Radio Show. I'm your host, Chauncey Brown. We're always right, never left. We put God first and politics second. We keep it right, we keep it real, and we always tell the truth. I want to thank all my listeners for tuning into New Jersey Conservative Talk Radio. Please follow us on Facebook at Right Talk New Jersey, and look for updates on Facebook for our next show. We want to thank you all for tuning in this afternoon. God bless you all. Remember, we the people are the true voice of New Jersey and America, not the people that represent us. God bless you all, and keep the faith. Have a good afternoon. God bless you.